Hello, everyone. This recording is going to go over the annotations for your close read assignment for the dangers of social media. This time around, there are only 3 focus questions with a total of 4 annotations. One annotation will come off of question 1, the second will come off of question 2, and number 3 will have 2 annotations coming off of it. With that, so we can see the focus cues right next to our reading, I'm going to go split screen mode. And then after that, I will open up the numbers. With that, let's check out the first question. Reread the 4th paragraph of the point argument to trace and evaluate the writer's claim. So, what do they believe? Highlight the claim the writer makes, then use the annotation tool to evaluate the claim. So, when we're evaluating the claim, I am looking for evidence to support their argument or evidence that goes against the counterpoint. Also, make sure when we are reading this, when we're looking for paragraphs, specifically when it comes to the counterpoint, notice second paragraph of the counterpoint doesn't mean paragraph 2 overall. That would still leave you in the point. Make sure you go down to the title where you see counterpoint and then count down to 1 and 2. For the point, we don't have this issue. So going back to the point, rereading the 4th. 1, 2, and the reason this gets thrown off, no, I'm sorry. Purple is for question 3, 4. There we go. Social media could be a good learning experience for preteens in other ways too. Allowing preteens to use social media could be an effective way to educate them about privacy policies and internet safety in a controlled environment. This is better than turning them loose without any guidance once they turn 13. So I see the claim to start off the paragraph. I see the evidence as their second sentence. And then as a third sentence, I see the alternative to if this claim is not followed through on. So again, the claim, again, what is believed in this paragraph? Social media could be a good learning experience for preteens. Very blanket statement idea. Good learning experience. You need to go further on to ask yourself, well, what would they learn? So, simply that first sentence, the point author claims social media is a good way to teach children lessons. Now we need to see what evidence is used to support this. What lessons must they learn only through social media and specifically at this age? Well, to support it, allowing preteens to use social media could be an effective way to educate, so to teach them about what? Privacy policies, what you should and should not put up on the internet, and internet safety in a controlled environment. So, 2 lessons that could be taught to preteens through social media. Clicking on this, 2 pieces, I'm sorry, it should be 2 TWO. Let me fix that for myself. Edit. I think after 2, you need to press save. There we go. So, 2 pieces of evidence to support this claim are children can learn about privacy policies and that children can learn about internet safety. Final sentence again. This is better than turning them loose without any guidance once they turn 13. So, the argument set forth is if you don't teach preteens how to use social media, you're missing out on teaching them about privacy policies, you're missing out on teaching them about internet safety. And when they turn 13, they can just use social media without having learned these important lessons. Very similar to when high schoolers get their driver's license. First, you do driver's ed, or mom and dad teach you how to drive the car. It's not just when you turn 18, you get in the car and start driving. So, again, this little final sentence is this final sentence is the alternative if children are not taught the lessons mentioned in this paragraph. And overall, this sounds like a reasonable argument. I have no disagreements here, so I think this is a strong argument. Something that could be a little stronger, of course, is if I saw facts, statistics, expert opinions. So, again, this is all just the thoughts of the point author. In order to make our argument stronger, we'd want to back up what we're saying with an expert in the field or some type of data relevant to this. Not seen in this paragraph, so again, I would give this overall a B. Let's look at number 2. Reread the second paragraph of the counterpoint argument to trace and evaluate the writer's claim. Highlight the claim the writer makes, then use the annotation tool to evaluate the claim. So we're doing the exact same thing we did in the first paragraph. However, now we're looking at the counterpoint. What is one of the arguments they make, and do they support them, as well as the point author did here. Scrolling down, again, we say second paragraph, so we go title, 1, 2, which takes us to the 9th paragraph overall. Counterpoint, what do they believe? The obesity epidemic in our nation is already a serious problem. Several programs have been instituted to get children exercising outdoors and away from the television set and the computer. Sanctioning social media usage for preteens would be adding just another obstacle to keeping preteens outdoors and active. So the claim here, again, I see it in the first sentence, just as I did with the point author. There is an obesity epidemic in the nation. Several programs have been put forward to get kids outside and exercising. If I give preteens social media, that's just going to be one thing that keeps them on the couch. So the claim here, this is a claim made by the counterpoint author. Very simple. That first sentence sets up what they believe. Now you'd think the rest of the sentences should support. However, this argument is pretty weak. If there are several programs to make this stronger, I would want to hear what they are. The one off the top of my head I can think, you hear about it every fall during football season, Play 60 or Play 360, right? Get up and out for 60 minutes, go and play catch with the neighborhood kids, go and kick a ball, play baseball, what have you, right? But they don't talk about the programs. And if there are several programs, well, at least find me one. Also, this final claim, if teens are using social media already, 13 and above, you could give me a statistic about how many teens stay inside versus playing outside. And if this is the case with teens, then it should be similar with preteens. But they don't do this. Again, they just say what they think would occur and not necessarily what will happen. So, this evidence to support the claim, if social media is allowed, this will keep children from being active, this argument could be stronger if the actual programs were mentioned and or if it was shown how inactive teens are. So again, they should have mentioned a program. They should have mentioned the issues with teens being inactive on social media, but they don't do this. They just give blanket statements. So again, the claim is there is an obesity epidemic. Several programs have been instituted to get kids active. If I give you a phone and social media, you will be inactive. To make this stronger, they should have mentioned what are the programs. They should have mentioned also how inactive teens are. And following these trends, this would be the same for preteens. Overall, I like the idea, but it could have been supported better. In comparison to the point author, who I gave a B, this one I would give a C. And our final one, set up for comparing and contrasting, we're going to reread the second paragraph of the point argument and the 7th paragraph of the counterpoint. Both of these colors will be in purple, and as always, your colors don't have to match mine. Highlight the claims, so again, what do they believe in each paragraph? Then use the annotation tool to discuss how the two writers distinguish their positions. Okay, so again, I'm looking for what do they believe in the paragraph, and then how do they support it. I want the second paragraph of the point, so I'm scrolling back up to the top. Here we go in purple. Let's hear the paragraph. Because social media has become so prevalent in our society, it is important for adolescents to learn how to use these tools appropriately. By the time children reach the age of 11 or 12, the preteen years, they have already become quite aware of the allure of social media. 11 is old enough for children to understand the consequences of their actions, both online and off. During the preteen years, children should begin participating in the world of social media so that they will be prepared to interact in this world by the time they become teenagers and adults. So paragraph 2 sounds very similar to what gets expanded upon in paragraph 4. Notice paragraph 4 is just a little bit more detailed to 2. The argument here, the use of social media is a great way to teach you how to use the internet and be online appropriately. Why should preteens be able to use it? Well, the claim given, by the time children are 11 or 12, you understand the consequences of your actions. You know what you should do, you know what you shouldn't do, you know how to behave. And again, according to the point author, right? Some of you may disagree. You say, you know what? I've got cousins or siblings around this same age and they don't understand the consequences of their actions. And realize that's what persuasion is, right? It's up to this author to show you their argument, to get you to come around. If you disagree with this, that is totally fine. It means the author has not done a good enough job to make you believe their point. So let's see, what did I annotate here? Point author believes social media can be used to teach children how to use the internet appropriately. The point author believes that children understand the consequences of their actions and therefore should be allowed to use it. Now let's see how this is in direct contrast to what the counterpoint says. We're going to go see the counterpoint's 7th paragraph and see their rebuttal to what is said in paragraph 2 of the point. Scrolling down, why do I want to say the number's 13? No, 14. Okay, so the point author set us up. By 11 or 12, you understand the consequences of your action, and therefore you should be able to use social media appropriately. The rebuttal. The advent of cyberbullying shows that preteens and even teenagers are often not quite mature enough to understand how their behavior can affect others. Cyberbullying is rampant among young Facebook users. Allowing even younger people to join this social website is likely to worsen the problem. Counterpoint believes cyberbullying is evident that teenagers cannot use social media appropriately. If teenagers understood the consequences to their actions, then why would cyberbullying even be a thing? Now that's with teens. They go further to say allowing even younger people, preteens, the 11 and 12-year-olds, is just going to make this matter worse. If people at the age of 13 can't understand their actions, then there's no hope for 11 and 12-year-olds. Again, not my argument, Counterpoint's argument. Comes up to you. Do you believe them? Who had the stronger piece? So looking at what was annotated here, the counterpoint author disagrees with the point author about the maturity of preteens. The argument is made, if teens truly understand the consequences of their actions, then why do they cyberbully? Now, again, we're talking about teens, 13 and up. The argument, should preteens be allowed to use social media? Well, looking at teenagers older than preteens, if they can't use it, what chance do preteens have? The author goes further to note that allowing preteens to use social media would just make this problem worse. So, in the end, guys, go back over. There are more claims, there's more evidence to support each one. I'm just looking at a snippet. It becomes very important for you to dissect the rest of these because when you come to your, if I can find the split screen, when it comes to your writing prompt, check out what you will be doing. Reread the argument you find to be more persuasive. So, which author do you agree with more? Point or counterpoint? You cannot pick both. One has to be stronger than the other. That is up to you. And telling me what evidence makes you believe their argument. Why is this argument more convincing? In a 250-word essay, don't worry about the word count really, 6 to 8 sentences will get you there. Explain how the argument develops and why you think it persuades its readers more effectively than other arguments. Evaluate its claims and the reasons that support them. Cite text evidence to support your response. As always, if there's any questions, let me know for meeting in lifetime, or in life, I guess. And if we're not, send me an email. With that, good luck.